Okay, welcome back, my friends and family, to this beautiful Monday afternoon that we're experiencing here in Canada. If you don't know, this is my grocery store. Me and Felicia have ran this store for about 3 years. It's been an interesting process, and we always make videos every single Monday all about building your own business, especially small businesses such as cafes, restaurants, and small retail stores like this. If you're into that or anything financially related and you'd like to follow this store week by week, please subscribe down below, as we are growing this channel and this business together, and it really helps if you subscribe and like this video. So let's get into this one. I hope this one really covers everything I've been trying to do in the last 2 to 3 years. I think our experience is pretty interesting to know if you are just starting out, and or maybe you're in the process of starting out or already just starting, but I'd like to share that experience with you guys, and that's why this channel exists. Yes, you can see Felicia there. She does all the heavy labor on Mondays, and I get to make these videos. So it's there's a lot of turmoil in this situation, but Felicia doesn't want to be on camera, so.
Turmoil? I never complain.
No, she's fine. She's happy doing the heavy lifting while I get to talk to you guys. So please pray for me. So in this video, I'm going to show you about 6 to 7 steps that I took and many other people take when starting their own business. And I think these 6 steps are crucial to anybody starting any type of business. This is the groundwork, the formation, the kind of basis of what you need to be successful. It's an inventory day, guys. So, we go through all of our inventory, see what's about to expire, put things on sale that are about to expire, take things off the shelf that are, not good anymore. And we restock all the shelves. So, yeah, that's why there's a lot of heavy lifting involved. But this video is my main concern, not that. Right now, dedication to this right here, because this needs to be done every single Monday. So throughout all these videos, I balance this camera on multiple different food items. Right now you're on a gluten-free double chocolate peppermint cookie mix. Probably later you'll be stacked up on a bunch of tomato soup cans. Later on we'll do the spiced apples all stacked up as a tripod. It's just something that happens, but you get to see all different parts of the store, and that's kind of what I like doing. It just kind of keeps this thing fresh and a little more exciting than me just kind of talking on camera in one spot. So step 1 is zeroing in on what your business is going to be. What is your business idea down to one sentence? What is it going to do? What are you going to be doing day in, day out? And you just need to zero in on one idea only. And this is what it gets frustrating with me, because so many people have 10, 15, 20 different ideas, and they never just pick one and go through with it because they're stuck in idea mode. I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to open this, I can put that there, I can build this product, I can get this product over here, and then I can sell it over here. But they never zero in on one business idea. So the issue becomes they're so scatterbrained on so many different ideas, they never actually start any of them. And then we're left with, we're stuck in the same position we always were because we never took action on one idea. You can have multiple businesses, but when you're just starting, to start one is key. You just need to start with one idea. And then after a few years, you can add another one on if you have the time. If the first one's successful, you can branch out maybe. For example, this store, is my main store. This was my main idea from the start. This is what we got financing for. It was one idea. And now after about 3 years, we're thinking about diversifying into another small business. We will let you know on what that is if you subscribe to this channel, of course. And we're slowly starting to diversify because this is becoming almost second nature. So just be careful on what you put your time into. Make sure it's one idea at first, please, or else you will not start. Okay, right now I got you stacked up on about 4 boxes of Kraft dinner. I'll probably be eating like 1 or 2 of those boxes tonight. So this tripod won't be available much longer, just so you know that in case you were wondering. Okay, so step 2 is formulating a business plan. And I know nobody wants to do this. This is, tedious work, and sometimes it may not be the most entertaining. But if you want any kind of financing or any kind of investment or any kind of interest from a third party, you're going to need a business plan. And this isn't only recommended if you're looking for financial assistance, but if you want to be able to kind of structure your business before it even starts, this is where the business plan comes in. And there's two ways of formulating a business plan, right? You can go as detailed as, your financial projections for the first 1 to 2, 3 years. And that's usually what, an investment or a third party investment may want to see, or a loan company may want to see. You can put, what your business will be doing to, the exact T, where you'll be getting your products from, how you'll be, how much space you'll be renting, how much, you'll be allocating for each portion of your business. You can do all that. You can go 6 to 7 pages on your business plan. You can go down to one simple business page, very simple, just for yourself to see exactly, what you're going to be doing, when you're going to be starting, how many employees you may be having. It's just something to keep you organized and on track. So that's why we always kind of suggest that people should have a business plan no matter what, financing or not, is needed. It just kind of keeps you in track, in line, and you don't start formulating millions of other ideas when you want to zero in on what your business is going to be doing day in and day out. Okay, right now you're on a jar of tomato sauce made by a company called Raos, R-A-O-S. Nice sauce. If you ever have a chance to buy it, it's actually really good. Okay, but on a more serious note, the third step, and I really think this is the differentiator between success and failure, is doing your market research. And this is basically seeing if anybody wants your product or would shop at a business that you're trying to open, or the location around your retail store is even feasible by what people are saying, what people are wanting, and what people are willing to spend on your product. Be as simple as, doing a survey of the neighborhood around your business, asking friends and family if they would ever use something that you're going to be putting to market, or even conducting online surveys and seeing what people actually want, and if they want the product that you're about to spend your time, money, and energy on. For example, before we opened this store, I knew there was a need for a store just like this in this area, because what we cover in our store for products is not carried anywhere else in a 5-kilometer radius, I would say. So this neighborhood already was looking to put a store like ours inside of the existing building. Further than that, we did some, online surveys with our local community. We used our social media accounts that we were already building to see if people were interested in what we were going to be doing in this space. That was some simple market research just to give me an idea if this business was going to be feasible for the long term, if the money we were investing was actually going to see a return, was backed up by some simple market research. I didn't have to spend too much money on it. It just took some time and energy, and there will be people that simply don't care. That's when you move on and find that the majority of the people that you're trying to please will actually purchase from you. You don't want to end up spending all your time and money, going through your business plan, creating websites, when you're not even 100% sure if anyone will actually want your product. You don't want to end up 2-3 years in realizing, no one really cares and no one is interested in what I'm doing, and eventually have to fold the business down. That does happen even with good market research sometimes. People say things they don't end up doing, but this is just another precaution to help you succeed with whatever business you're trying to start. So then after you kind of get some people interested and find out there is a need for what you're going to be doing, start small. You may, if you're in a business like mine, you may start with your product at a farmer's market. You may try your product at a farmer's market, or you may make a very simple version of what your product may be, so you don't end up spending so much money, and actually see if people are willing to spend their hard-earned money on your product. This will give you the proof that you wanted, that this could be something real that you can do long-term, that you can invest more money into, and actually build, the final version of your product. When you know that people aren't just saying, "Oh yeah, I'd love to, have a product like yours, or I'd love to support a business like yours in this area. But if you can actually test the market, this may be the answer you're looking for to lower your risk even further. So after you kind of set up your market, you know your business idea, and you have a business plan, the next thing to do is kind of set up your socials. What I mean by that is setting up a website, doing your Facebook, your Instagram. People have gone as far as, setting up a Snapchat, a TikTok for their business. And those have worked great, if you have a product-based business. So you can end up shipping your product, even worldwide if you get to that point. A website doesn't need to be scary. You don't need to create anything from scratch. You can use something that may take you an hour to set up, like Wix.com or Squarespace, because these websites are built with templates for you to, lay out the information of your business, get some pictures up, just get them started, get them done, and then you can make them as perfect as you want them after the fact that you have them, right? Because anybody that is coming to learn about your business is going to go online now. Many people spend all day on their phones. They're not going to call you up and ask you, what products you have or this or that. You need to start with your socials, so you become an existing business in this day and age. Without these things, many people will assume that you don't exist, really. And for my own real life example, I can't begin to tell you how many sales we make through Instagram, through Facebook, through people seeing new products on our website. When you're online, it becomes that disconnect of, being in front of people's faces every single day, free of charge, just by posting a picture or, something, advertising something new for your business. This is the way to make money in the new age, and you really need to get on it if you really want to be a successful business. Anybody that asks me or comes to me with a new idea, sometimes, even before a business plan, I say, why not start an Instagram page? It's free. List what you're going to be doing, some pictures of what you think. It may attract people, it may not. And, it motivates you, first and foremost, it may motivate you to actually take the next step towards your business because, you start by just doing something so simple, and it may, motivate you to take the next steps needed that are a little bit more difficult to actually starting your own business. Step number 5 would be setting up your business banking account or getting your financials in order, because you need to figure out a way to separate your personal money from your business money. You don't want to start mixing the two together because that just will provide you with another problem that you don't want to deal with down the line. If you ever get audited or anything else, these need to be separated anyways. And it's just a little bit easier to keep track of how much is coming in and coming out of your business if everything is separate. So when we did this was kind of a fun step for us. We got to go to the bank and, set up everything and see how much money we had, before doing the renovations, and see how much money we can allocate to each thing that we needed to bring in for our business, such as the coolers, equipment. It was nice to be able to separate that business money and deduct what we needed before opening, and we still had our personal money to use on our own things, our own bills, like that. It kept everything nice and organized. Now you're going to need to set up a business account for sure if you are going to be looking at loans or financial options to fund your business, because you don't want to end up mixing that money that you will owe back and your personal money on top of everything else. So make sure you set up your own business banking account, keep your life simple, and never mix the two. The two being personal and business money, right? I mean, eventually you'll be taking business money and putting it in your personal lifestyle, but at this point, keep them separate because you want to make sure this business is healthy without you dipping into it first. So let's get down to the interesting part here. After we've done all the preliminary steps, you've built your socials, you have your idea, people actually want your idea and are willing to actually spend money on it. You've tested the market, people have spent money on your simple beta product. Then it's time to build a well-oiled machine where everything comes together and you kind of can actually see the money rolling in. You want to start this process. If you're in a small business like this or a product, you have to have people know that you exist. People will forget about you week to week. So when you first start, you need to start with a bang. I'm talking, if you want to start with a grand opening or a huge product launch, or just making yourself visible so people know what you do and where you are, how to find you, and how to actually get their money from them easily. As bad as it sounds, you want to make this process as easy as possible. For us, it's the classic model. It's really not too complicated. People come in, pick what they want, spend their money. That's very easy. Your product may be online. You may have to figure out, what sales funnel works best for you. Or, for example, you may be delivery only. People have to find you easy all the time and at their fingertips on their phones. So this process can get very, very fun, but it's very, very complex, and it depends what business you're in. For me, we started adding curbside orders, deliveries. We made it as easy as possible for the customer to give us their money, and we give them the products and the service they want as easy as possible. We don't make anything confusing or difficult. This is where you'll build that well-oiled machine for many, many years to come. And yes, I'm by my coffee area right now near the till. This is where all the magic happens. This is where the sales funnel for me is. It's very, very simple, but this is what works for my business. Again, it may be something completely different for you, but I hope these kind of general ideas and steps are helping you kind of formulate and kind of come up with the general idea of what you want to do and how to get from point A to B and then C, which is your well-oiled machine. So then after all of that is done and you got a good well-oiled machine going, then you want to start pushing for exposure. You want to just be a well-oiled machine even further. This may take, more marketing dollars on your end, better social media advertising, hiring people for advertising, trying different advertising. This is when you want to step up your game and really build your business. It may be a second location, a third location, a bigger location, or getting your product into more stores, depending on which business you're into. This is where you want to start expanding and growing as much as possible. It may take more time, sweat, and tears to get to this point, but you really want to start doubling down on all of your exposure related expenses. That's pretty much part of business. Just keep growing and growing and growing. And I always tell Felicia, and she doesn't like it probably, if you're not growing, you're dying. So this is why I keep reiterating, you need to keep growing. Your business always needs to be in front of everyone. So spend the money on marketing in this stage, because it will pay off if you're doing it right. Okay, Fel, did you want to say anything before ending this video? We pretty much talked about owning a small business and how to start one. I know you did a lot of heavy labor, so you're kind of tired right now.
I'm not tired.
You look like a little olive.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Olive head.
she knows the day-to-day grind. You know, being in business can be a full-time job plus another full-time job on top of it.
And then you reach out to people locally that you want to work with, and that's like another task, because there's always new people popping up that you want to work with, and new products that you want to get in, and
networking always helps too. That's a good point. Yes. Maybe that's in another video in general. Yes. All right, we will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching this, and subscribe.
See you tomorrow. Actually, next week.
Tomorrow, maybe.
Tomorrow.
Probably not. Next Monday.
Tomorrow.